the test side, I know you were part of the squad on the side there in India, but to be formally part of it, how does that make you feel?
Yeah, no, look, it's massive. It's something that I've worked towards for long, especially the last few years in franchise cricket. Really try to be consistent and play big innings to sort of remind the selectors that I can play red ball format as well. So when I got the call up, it was it was quite significant. It was the 16th, and on that day, you get like memories on your phone from previous years at what happened on Facebook, and it showed 10 years ago I was here helping out in the change room like a sort of 14th man, and that's why I met like Voucher, Cullis, Smith, all those guys, and I had the whites on, and I think I fielded for 2 or 3 overs, and that memory came up from 10 years ago. It was South Africa was playing England right here, so yeah, and it's sort of made me reflect on the 10 years, the journey that it's been, and so I'm just really happy.
How old were you then? About 20 then?
I was 20, yeah.
I'm sure there are obviously nerves before making the test debut, but how much do you think it helps that you've actually been to a World Cup with the Proteas, you've done well, you've been part of the setup for a year now?
Yeah, I think it helps quite a bit. It's obviously a new format, but the previous 2 times I made my debut went fairly well, and I stood up to the challenge. So I know Test cricket is the ultimate format, and speaking to guys like Jock has been so valuable. Just saying that in the other formats you can hide some of your weaknesses and get away with it, whereas in Test cricket there's nowhere to hide. So I'm really looking forward to that challenge. I've gone fairly well in the other 2 formats, and my next big challenge is to keep. I want to be a 3 format player, so be successful in the Test arena as well.
How important was that? I think the last first class innings you played was a really good 100 at the Wanderers on a tricky pitch. How important is that? Does that confidence still carry over? Obviously, you played a lot of T20 cricket since then.
Yeah, I think it was very. It was a good innings for me. I came back from India, having worked with the Test team there, and I knew I sort of had to take those lessons and try and apply them, and to score 150 not out there was was sort of just reward, I suppose, for the work that I put in, and I took a lot of lessons from that. Obviously, the step up now, Test cricket, every level you go up, there's different challenges, but sort of the fundamentals stay the same. So even though there I was facing franchise bowlers, I think my game plans were solid, and mentally I was disciplined, and going into a Test match, I think that's what I'm going to have to do. I'm going to have to be at my very best every moment and every ball that I'm out there, and challenge myself really every ball to be there for the next ball.
You're somebody that's very flexible, especially in white ball cricket in the batting order. Is there a specific position in red ball cricket that you like to bat?
I think having spent a lot of my career on opening the batting in red ball cricket has allowed me to sort of play any role. Batting at 4, coming in when there's 2 wickets down in the first 2 overs. For a long time in my career I've opened the batting, so I'm used to facing the new ball, and but batting 4-5 middle order in the last 2-3 years has allowed me to open up my game a bit, to be a bit more attacking, and to transfer a bit more pressure on the bowlers with the ball obviously a bit older, not doing as much, maybe coming in facing spin and taking that on. So I'd like to think that I'm adaptable. That's, as a player, that's what I try to do, and what I try to work on to play a match or a test for your country. If they tell me I can play a test but I have to bat 11 or I have to bat 1, that's I want to be ready for that challenge. So wherever I'm needed, I want to be ready to fill in.
Rassie, you were one of the few guys who emerged from the World Cup having done well. South Africa's in a bit of a crisis, as we know. Does succeeding amidst chaos, does that kind of like create some sort of like psychological, like neural confidence that you feel like no matter what's happening you can still do well yourself?
I think so. I think as a player I've always tried to sort of compartmentalize everything, and when you go out there to bat, it sounds so simple, but the only thing that you need to deal with is the next ball. And I suppose you can put it on a bit bigger scale in terms of a team, the next match, or a bowler, the next ball, landing it in the right spot. Or so I think that takes a bit of mental energy to cut everything out and realize that all that you must do is face the next ball and succeed the next ball. That's what I tried to do at the World Cup. It was obviously a big stage for us, and we were under pressure, and having lost the first game and then the second game, and it didn't go so well. But I went out there and I realized, listen, we're under pressure. It's big crowd. It's a big stage, but I have to do my job. I have to get out there and do what I know I can do. So and it's the same. Yeah. There's been some interesting times in CSA in the last month or so, but as a player you you make peace with it, and my job is to go out there and win games for the country, and that's what I'll be looking to do.
To face the likes of Archer, Broad, Anderson, Wood, Stokes, name them all, is that something that gets you excited? How do you feel about the challenge that lies ahead against especially those individual names?
Yeah, definitely. I think Anderson, Broad, those are the guys that I've been watching the last 10, 12 years playing Test cricket. And watching it, and as a player dreaming those dreams of facing them, and seeing what they do in different conditions, and thinking how you would play there if you ever get there, and so definitely the challenge is, I'm looking forward to it. And a guy like Archer is new on the scene. There's a lot of hype. There's a lot of being talking about him, and with the Duke and with the Kookaburra ball. Obviously now in New Zealand he didn't go so well, so I'm sure he'll be eager to bounce back, and that's a challenge we as a batting unit have. We got to get it over those guys. I was also here 4 years ago when Stephen Cook made his debut here, made 100 here, and everybody was new in the team, and nobody sort of knew, and I took a lot of confidence from that. I'm not sure you guys will tell me what age he was when he made his debut. I think 32. Yeah. So so in innings like that, and England at that stage was as well. They were one of the best attacks in the world, and Stephen came in and he just looked at home. So
will you actually try and contact him and maybe sort of get into his mind a bit, sort of how he approached that innings?
Yeah, I've spoken to Stephen a lot. Obviously, I've played with him for a long time, so
sure.
He's taught me a lot in terms of discipline, and especially 4-day and red ball batting. But I think with the new coaching staff here, us as players, we spoiled. We got Jacques Kallis, we got Mark Boucher. Legends not only of South African cricket but of world cricket. That the minds that you can tap in, and that's what I've tried to do over the last 3 days. Work really closely and try and absorb and learn as much as I can. And the final stretch before the Test series start, if I start or not, I'm gonna look to improve and make sure whenever I get my chance, I'm ready to go.
Awesome.
Thank you.